Welcome to Nasdaq TradeTalks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq. We're coming to you live from the Empire Fintech Conference in New York City. Joining us for this segment, we have Coughlin, Chief Commercial Officer over at Apex, to discuss how finance is infiltrating every part of our lives these days. Connor, it's great to see you as always. Welcome back to TradeTalks.
Thank you so much for having me.
And finance, really, it's everywhere now. It's just not in fintech or at the bank. It's ubiquitous with what we do.
Yep. This year, we're expected to get close to 7 billion people globally with smartphones. And the way that they're interacting with those smartphones and the services that they're buying on them is beyond just your standard goods and services. It's financial products as well.
It certainly is, and for those investing, they're actively engaged, right? They're always looking at their finance apps, kind of mirroring a lot of the non-financial apps that are on their smartphones.
Yep, so about 70% of millennials actually look at their investments daily, and I think part of the challenge is that the people that are going to invest already have. And so the question with embedded finance and what comes next is how do we get to and bring those that are uninvested into this investing ecosystem in a positive way.
When you say embedded finance, what's the difference with what we know now as an app on our phone?
So back to the same point, right? When you go download an investment app, so really thinking embedded finance within the investing sphere, you're going to invest and you're going directly to do that. And when you think about embedded finance, how do you think about all of the financial services in your life meeting you in the Starbucks app or in the Amazon app? You know, close to 80% of smartphone users have some app, if not multiple, that are loaded up with funds, Starbucks being the most popular. How do you think about getting rewarded in stock through those apps? How do you think about paying other people through those apps? That's embedded finance, when you're getting one thing and you don't realize the financial ecosystem behind it.
Yeah, I mean, and I think it's probably a function of we're just so used to using apps that it doesn't occur to us that finance is happening in a place like a Starbucks, as an example.
Yep, exactly.
The divide between financial products and services, you know, it can be arbitrary, it can be inconvenient. Of course, it all comes down to access. It keeps a lot of people away from the investing world. What can be done to improve upon that?
So studies are showing that a really large number of people, especially younger people, are super interested and willing to take financial advice and financial information from non-traditional sources. So when you think about the clunky experience of old school brokers and banks and the clunky experience of using checks, it doesn't need to be that way. People are more trusting and they're willing to take advice from the apps that they're already using. Think about WhatsApp that now is putting payment rails into their services. They're meeting people who have needs where it's most convenient and where they feel safe.
Yeah, well, certainly safer than having to balance your own checkbook, that is for sure. Connor, appreciate the insight as always. Thanks for joining us on Trade Talks, and thanks for joining me. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq.